What is going on, everyone? It's Barney here, back at it with another video, and welcome back to Proving Autos, and welcome to Scotland. I've actually been wanting to come to this place for as long as I can remember, so I've actually got a week off, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to come up here and explore some of the lovely scenery. Let's also say as well, some of the epic driving roads around here. But also, the other reason why I'm up here is because it gave me a little bit of an idea. Some of you guys last year, some of my long-term subscribers will remember that last year I did a fuel economy challenge with my then owned BMW M240i. And you know, I had so much fun filming that video. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do another kind of similar challenge with my newly acquired Ibiza Cupra Black. So what I'm actually going to be attempting with this car tomorrow is to basically drive home from Scotland, which is from Inverness to Grimsby, which is a distance of 440 miles. I'm going to attempt to do that on just one tank of fuel. So I've been doing some calculations, and yeah, do bear with me here, because yeah, it isn't going to be easy, I'm not going to lie, because this Ibiza only has a 45 litre fuel tank. That's about 9.9 UK gallons. Now, I've got to cover a distance of 440 miles. Now, according to Seat, the combined MPG for this car is about 39 miles to the gallon. Now, in the real world, on a run, I can usually get between 39 and 40 miles to the gallon. I mean, of course, I've not had the car that long, but for the short time I've had it, realistically, that's what I normally tend to get out of the car. And I think probably long term, this is probably out of town and, you know, motorway, bit of dual carriageway, and also around town as well. I do roughly tend to average around about 35. But to make the 440 mile journey, I'm going to have to average 44.4 mpg throughout the entire journey. And of course, that is literally just enough to get there. I could do with a little bit of leeway on top of that as well. So realistically, tomorrow, I'm going to have to be averaging between 46 and 47 miles to the gallon. Yeah, it is going to be it's going to be a challenge. It's definitely got to be said. Anyway, I think I'm going to go and explore some more of Scotland, because it is absolutely glorious. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys at my hotel in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. So, yes, today is the day of the challenge. Now, I was actually kind of thought to myself this morning, I woke up in my Lovely B&B, must be said. I did actually wake up and thought, you know what, I do at least think I should start the challenge at the start and finish point of the North Coast 500 route, which, well, just found this little woodland area. This is probably about, the actual starting point is actually about a mile down the road. So this is about as close really as I can get to the start and finish of the NC 500. Now, of course, as you've just seen, I've just filled up at Tesco, completely brimmed the tank of the Ibiza at Tesco, used Momentum 99, but it was about 15 miles to actually get up here from there, so I've probably used a good couple of litres in the process. So we do need to at least make sure we leave with a full tank. So fuel cap open, jerry can here. Let's make sure we are leaving with a completely brimmed tank. Only I would manage to spill fuel, which I don't want to do. I've got to be a little bit careful. I probably managed to do it while I was doing my, I did actually do my thumbnail here. Tipped the jerry can a little bit, so me being me, I have actually managed to spill a bit, so let's just wipe that up as so. Bearing in mind, I've got to drive with this in the car, so let's make sure that the tank is absolutely brimmed. Well, am I actually going to end up using all of this at this rate? Yep, that's it. That is it. There we go. So, I don't know if you can quite see it there, guys, but there is the tank. Completely filled to the brim. So now I believe we do stand the best possible chance. Right, okay, so we have an absolutely brimmed tank. So just a couple of things left to do is I'm just going to reset on the mileometer trip. We've done 768 miles on this trip already, so I'm just going to reset that. And you probably didn't quite see me do it, but obviously I'm going to go to since start. It does normally, usually when you refuel, the trip does normally reset automatically, but because I did it with the jerry can, I don't think it has done it. So I'm just going to go to since start. I'm just going to make sure that I've just pressed and hold the right hand button here, the right button on the wheel on the steering wheel, that is, and obviously just make sure that is all reset. We've only got a range of 335 miles. That's of course based on my average driving. So of course I've been flying around some of the beautiful Scottish roads, it's got to be said. So of course I have dropped MPG a little bit that way. As you can see, we have a distance of, well, it says 454 miles. It's trying to take me round for some reason, but it is, when I calculated it earlier, it's 450 miles exactly. We have got 115 miles that we do have to find. So hopefully, as we drive gently, that will of course increase. I really do hope it increases. Anyway, that is of course enough talking. Right, let's start the car in 3, 2, 1. Straight into gear. Off we go. Straight away. Oh man, and already I'm having to wait. Oh no, I think he's waiting at the bottom. That wasn't a good start. So yeah, here we go. Now everything I do matters. So we've just got to...
We're all set. Drive safely.
We've got to drive...
Turn right onto A9.
We've got to turn right onto the A9. I'm going to have to try and do this as painlessly as possible. I'm going to have to accelerate up to speed though a little bit. Okay, we're out onto the open road now, so... Right, just going to try and make this as pain-free as possible. Basically, the aim is just try not to exceed 2,000 RPM when accelerating. Okay. Here we go. Again. Man, I can't believe I'm doing another one of these crazy MPG challenges. So of course, if you guys are new to the channel, then by all means to go and subscribe for more stuff like this. I am planning another challenge later on in the year, so please do do go and hit that subscribe button, because if you aren't subscribed, then chances are you didn't see my previous MPG challenge, my one-time challenge that I did with my then owned M240i. Now,
Straight on for 8 minutes to A9 towards Inverness.
thank you. So you guys probably, so of course with that challenge, I did implement some rules to try and make it a little bit more difficult. But with this, there is absolutely no way I'm going to be doing that. We are going to have to, basically, I'm not going to be putting the car in sport mode. I'm going to be cruising, when we get on the motorway, I'm going to be cruising at probably no more than 60 mile an hour. And basically, same as before, the aim of the challenge is to, well, use your brain. Basically, try not to use as minimal throttle as possible, and never ever ever brake unnecessarily. So that's basically looking ahead and try and react early enough, so when you're coming up to a roundabout, just try and coast to a roundabout, coast as much as possible, and then keep enough speed up round the roundabout to obviously make sure that you don't want to stop, because the more speed you lose, obviously you're using more fuel by having to accelerate and get up to speed again. I know it all sounds very, very boring, but if we can do this on less than 70 quid to get home, because that's basically how much it does cost to fuel, that's how much it does actually essentially cost to fuel this car up. If we can do it on less than 70 quid, then, you know, it will just be an amazing achievement. And as well, it is actually always going to be a poor start, because the first part of the journey is actually uphill. So we're going uphill now. My instant consumption has dropped to about 26. I'll have to try and increase that a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, this is really going to be tough. Well, yeah, I suppose we'll just see what happens. To be fair, my MPG so far is 34.7. Hopefully that will rise as we drive gently. So I suppose I should mention as well is that obviously, because we're starting a little bit further than I originally planned, that of course does change things, as in the MPG target. So to make the journey, we're going to have to average now at least around about 45.5 MPG. So we could, as I say, bit of leeway as well. So realistically today, we're going to have to average between...
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto A9 towards Inverness.
So realistically today, we're going to have to average between 47 and 48 MPG. That's going to be a tall order, definitely. Okay, so you guys join us about 30 minutes into the challenge now. Well, I mean, I must say, since when driving down here the other night, is that I actually missed all of this coming up the A9. A little bit of snow. Honestly, the weather is absolutely glorious. But anyway, whereabouts are we at the minute? Well, at the minute we are currently, our current range is 335 miles. We've still got 426 miles left to cover, so we have still a massive deficit that we do have to at least try and find. But as you can see on my GoPro here, we are currently averaging 42 to the gallon. Now, the first bit has been uphill, so, you know, I did actually have that up to 47 MPG actually before we actually started going uphill, but all I can tell you guys now is that we are now on the A9 for 97 miles before we get to any kind of roundabout or junction. So yeah, we have got, on this stretch alone, we have got a massive distance to cover. Well, a massive distance to cover in general, actually. This bit of the journey, until we reach the top of this hill, it's always going to be a little bit, MPG is always going to be a little bit up and down, but I do like to think that once we get on the motorway, once we get on the open road, it will at least, and when we go downhill, because I think this is I can't remember what this hill's called, but you do reach the summit. But then actually, I noticed when coming up here the other night, there are quite a lot of downhill, actually going back down towards Perth, there is quite a lot of downhill stretches, so I do think we do stand a chance. I mean, at the minute we have got an absolutely, I mean, I don't know, I mean, I've taken precautions, but there is still a little bit of doubt in my mind whether the car can actually do it. You know, there's just a little bit in the back of my mind that, you know, makes me think that it's not up to the challenge, but hey, we'll see what happens. We've still got, as I say, we've still got a we've still got a very long way to go. It is early days. I suppose you guys are probably also wondering, why am I going from Scotland back home and not the other way around? Well, very simple answer really, is that, as I've just mentioned, there are, what I've noticed, actually heading out of Scotland, there's more downhill sections than uphill sections, and also the wind speed as well. Actually, that's one thing I forgot to check this morning, was the wind speed. But I've noticed that it does generally tend to come from the northeast up this way. So, you know, if I was to do the challenge coming up, we'd have a lot more uphill, and you know, we've got more of a chance of actually having a headwind. So anyway, I think what I'm doing at the minute is I'm going to do a few more miles, enjoy some of this beautiful scenery, because of course, as I mentioned, I missed this the other night, and yeah, well, I'll let you guys know in a little bit on where we're at. I'm not going to lie, this is actually a bit of an endurance test of not just the car but also me as well, because like, we are pretty much doing 7.5 hours in one sitting, and ideally you don't want to stop on a fuel economy challenge, because the thing is, every time you stop, you do have to pull in somewhere, and then you also have to accelerate up to speed again. And not also that, even starting the car, there's actually something to bear in mind. Even starting the car does dump a load of fuel through just to get the engine going. That is why, as soon as I get into the car, I turn auto start stop off, which is actually what I did before I even turned the key to start the challenge. Because starting the car does, you know, stopping does use more fuel. And I'm going to be totally honest, I've got the bladder of a toddler. We're over an hour and a half in already, and I'm actually starting to need the loo. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to be possible to go all the way without stopping. I do feel like I'm probably going to stop, I don't know, probably twice. Probably have to stop twice, and then I'll review the situation again, whether I'll stop for a third time. When we get to Perth, I've got a bit of a dilemma, if I'm being honest, because it's all A9, not really got much of a choice to use that road until we get down there. But from Perth, I've got a choice of two routes, if I'm being honest. I can either go the westerly route, which is going to be down the A9 even so, down to via Glasgow, and then do the M74 all the way down past Carlisle. However, the bit of a dilemma with that is that does mean crossing the Pennines, which means, okay, so all the way down there it's going to be mostly motorway, but it does mean crossing the Pennines, which is about 50 miles to get from one side to the other to get to the A1. Or the other alternative is to go via Edinburgh and go straight down the A1. There's a lot more roundabouts doing it that way, so there's going to be a lot more stopping, you know, slowing down, re-accelerating again, but it does of course mean we don't have to cross the Pennines. It's a little bit further doing it that way. So I do think, I don't know, I think based on everything, I think I'm going to probably most likely take the westerly route. Not too sure. Well, good afternoon everybody. So I've just had to put in this little services because really needed a wee. Not like you guys want to know that, but anyway, I thought I'd take the opportunity to give you guys a little quick update. So we've done 102 miles already. We've got 348 left to go. So yeah, still quite a long way off. We're averaging at the minute 47.9 mpg, which is actually terrific. We did actually have a little bit. I was stuck behind HGV for quite a while, and we were going downhill. So that has actually worked to my advantage. Our current range is 340 miles, which is, as I say, 348 miles left to go. So very soon, my range has gone up, and it has only just sort of started to go down again. So if all goes well, our range will pass the remaining distance. That kind of makes sense. At the minute, yeah, I think we're about 20-ish miles, I think, from Perth. So yeah, still got quite a bit of distance. We are still very much in Scotland. We're nowhere near England. I think now I have decided. I think I'm going to probably take the most west, probably the west route. Just because, all right, we have got across the Pennines, which is about 50 miles. So yeah, that's the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about. At the minute as well, it is about 2:45 in the afternoon, so at some point we are going to hit, I'm a little bit worried that at some point we're going to hit rush hour. I did start quite late, and it is a Monday as well, so yeah, we are probably going to hit rush hour at some point. But yeah, I suppose we'll just have to see what happens. Anyway, I think that is enough talking. Let's get back. Let's get the car started, and let's get back on the move. All right, I'm gonna have to. I am, of course. This is what I mean about the trouble with stopping. Is that we do have to, of course, accelerate back onto the A9 again.
Turn right.
Oh God, big bump! Wow, man, some of the roads around here. They're fantastic driving roads, but man, they really do need to maintain them a little bit better. That is one thing I have noticed. Right.
Go straight on for 25 minutes to A9.
Right, I'm gonna have to accelerate. And relax. And relax. Of course, the one rule that I have given myself is that no matter what speed I decide to do this at, we have to stay ahead of HGVs, because I drive HGVs myself, so I know how painful it is when you got a car in front speeding up, slowing down, and sat on your limiter, and you go to overtake and then they put the foot down. I don't want to be one of them, okay? So it annoys me, so I don't want to be responsible for doing it to other fellow drivers. So of course, if there are any HGV drivers watching this, I'm sure there is, I'm sure you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the one rule I've given myself. That's why I sort of said I'm going to cruise at 60 mile an hour. It's just a little bit faster than HGVs, basically. So Anyway, yeah, I'm going to press on with some more miles now, and I will update you guys in a little bit.
I'm driving again. Can feel my face 흐려진 눈 가에 눈물. And it's all cause of you. Yeah. There we go again. We push and we fight with all our might till something breaks. Will this ever change? And it's key.
Actually, one thing that I do love about this place, I noticed a little bit of a while ago that the messages that the Scottish do like to put on the Matrix is like, I think there was one back there, I think I did actually get a clip of it actually, that said, remember, mirror, signal, manoeuvre. Like, they like to remind you how to drive. Like, there's other messages like, is your car ready for winter? I mean, we are sort of heading out of winter now, I suppose, but like, you never get this in England. I think it is just a Scottish thing, which, of course, if there's any Scottish people watching, do let me know whether that is, how you find these messages yourselves. But obviously, me as an English person, it's just, I don't know. I just find it bizarre. Like, you sometimes get this in England, but I think it is mainly. I think it's every time I come up here, I do see the same sort of messages, and it just makes me laugh a little bit, really. But
it's for fun, and it's keeping me awake. 단념하고 싶어 난. Baby, can I catch a break? Guess not. And it's much too late to say. 이기적인 마음 아픈 것 왜? No, it won't be the same.
okay, so a little update for you guys. We are now on the M74. We've passed the dreaded Glasgow. It's about 4:20 in the afternoon. I was a little bit worried a while ago, because I didn't know whether, because I knew we was going to get to Glasgow probably about 4:30ish. So I sort of thought we're going to have a bit of traffic. Thankfully, the traffic did pick up as we got sort of Glasgow region, but luckily we didn't really have any major problems. Honestly, the car is doing absolutely remarkably well. Like, as you can see at the minute, our current range is 275 miles, and we've got 261 miles remaining. So at the minute, based on numbers, we're going to make it with about 10 to 15 miles spare. Current MPG is 48.8. That has dropped a little bit. I did have it over 49, so that is remarkable. So what we've established now, I mean, all right, I'm only driving at 60 mile an hour, but I'm getting more miles per gallon out of this than I was my M240i on the trip down to Land's End. So yeah, based on numbers, we're going to do it. But that, of course, I do know that past Carlisle, about 10 miles past Carlisle, we have still got the A66, pretty hilly, so we're going to have to cross the Pennines at some point, and it is about 50 miles from start to finish, and then it's A1, then M62, then M18 and M180 across to Grimsby, which is of course where we are going to be finishing. Well, actually the exact finishing point is actually a Shell garage just outside of Grimsby, so yeah, it's all to play for. We have used 190 miles in now, just about, and we have used a quarter of a tank, as you can see. So yeah, honestly, it just goes to show, doesn't it, that if you put a little bit of thought into how you drive, you can actually achieve so much from a car. I mean, all right, in the real world, you wouldn't really drive like this. You know, I'm sort of I'm sort of doing this so you guys kind of don't have to, and plus it's a bit of, it's sort of a bit of adventure for myself as well. And honestly guys, this is just what I love doing for you guys, and just driving as well, is just doing these things. And you know what I mean, I do think, and this is going off at a tangent a little bit, but I honestly do think that in Britain, we do take things for granted a little bit. Like, all right, I know we all complain about our job, you know, complain how we can't do things in life. But the thing is that I suppose the fact that I can just jump in my car and just go and explore a place like Scotland is just amazing. Like, when you actually think about things that's actually going on in other parts of the world, you know, they really are going through some situations. But the fact in Britain that, you know what I mean, like say somebody like me, I'm not, like, end of the day, I'm just a normal human being, just like, I mean, all right, I know I do YouTube, but I am just the same as you guys. You know, I have a normal job, I live in a normal terraced house, a bit like some of you guys probably would. But, you know, the fact that we can just jump in our cars and just go and explore somewhere, like, I can do that on my own, nobody questions what I'm doing, and it's just sort of just, not a major thing, but it just sort of just got me thinking really of how lucky we actually are. But anyway, I'll just obviously it's not nothing major really. It wasn't a little story. I'm not planning to bore you guys with my life story, but you know what, it was just one of them things. It was just on my mind, that was all. Man, I am tired. Right, so I think this is definitely a much needed stop. I was hoping to actually get into England before actually needing to stop again, but I am very tired, so I think I'm going to go and use the facilities, and then I think I'm just going to take about 15-20 minutes or so. I just need a bit of a break from driving. I'm starting to feel a bit tired now, so I think I'd rather make an extra stop rather than risk pressing on and everything all going wrong. So yeah, I think I want to go head inside for 15-20 minutes and go from there, I guess. Right, well, good news is we've got coffee. All important stuff, good old Costa, keeping the dream alive as usual. Yeah, it was definitely time to stop, that's for sure. I haven't had any food yet. I'm gonna probably do that maybe at Scotch Corner maybe, and then hopefully the final push back to Grimsby. But I think plug my phone back in, and I think we shall get moving again. So we've still got about 20-ish, 15 to 20-ish miles leeway. If we can try and get that up a little bit, that would be perfect. But I do think that is going to go down a little bit once we start to head over the Pennines. Right, I'm going to try not to exceed 2,000 RPM when accelerating. I have to try and get on to, hopefully I haven't got to accelerate hard. Kind HGV driver is moving over. He's probably thinking, why can't you use a slip road properly? And I do. Flash him in, there we go. I do think the exact same thing, and I've just done what annoys me on a daily basis.
To junction 40 to A66.
Ah yeah, there we go, 50 miles remaining. 232 miles in. and what feels like forever to go. And I'd say, oh, actually, the sun is setting over there, so fingers crossed we'll get a good sunset out there. Right, so don't know if you guys can see me or not, hopefully you can. Yeah, as you can tell, excuse me, as you can tell, the sun has now officially set, and we are officially now back in England. We're now on the A66, so this is kind of the point, this is kind of the part of the journey I have been dreading because now we've got to cross the Pennines, so we have lost a little bit of range, just sort of, just because I had to sort of stop at a couple of sets of lights, which was not something we needed. So at the minute we're still going to make it with about 20-ish miles to spare, but of course now it is just a sequence of dual carriageway, single carriageway for about 45 miles or so. So if I turn this other GoPro on, let me just show you guys where we're currently at. So as you can see, we've got about 160 miles to go, and we have 180 miles of range, and we have about half a tank left. MPG, yep, that's 5.5 hours on the road, and current MPG is about 48 to the gallon, which is, honestly guys, I am staggered. I honestly did not think, I actually thought to begin with, I thought, is it possible, is it not possible? But at the minute, it is looking all right. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it has been a hell of a long journey up to now. I'm not going to lie. Like as I say, yeah, we've covered 289 miles, which actually, believe it or not, that's actually about the same sort of mileage as I covered yesterday. Just cruising about Scotland. But of course, the difference was that I was flying around some of the Scottish roads. Like I was doing part of the NC 500, so we was doing that at doing some of that at quite a pace. Saying about 2 hours 20 minutes left, which the thing is with my ETA on here is that it's saying about 8:45 arrival time at the minute, but the thing is that it will sort of, ETA will sort of increase because it's taken into account that I can drive at 70, but I don't think I've exceeded 65 mile an hour the entire journey. Which is yeah, an unusual pace for me, but I know, which is a bit boring. But the thing is, if we can actually do this, if we can make 450 miles on a tank in the Ibiza Cupra, to me that is going to be one hell of an achievement. It's something that, I will be honest, I didn't think that I was going to have any hope of making it. You know, I've done over 1,000 miles on this trip with the car so far, and I must say it has been absolutely phenomenal. Like, it hasn't once, there's been
average speed check zone.
There's been absolutely no sign of it breaking down. Touch wood, don't tempt fate now. I mean, of course, I do always come prepared. You know, I've got a space saver wheel. I've got a tyre compressor should we have a tyre issue, and a couple of jerry cans in the back should things go badly. And of course, needless to say, fully comprehensive breakdown cover, just in case, you know, just in case anything was to go amiss. But yeah, and that's the good thing about this car. It just, I was actually thinking that this car was going to be tiring on long journeys, but I tell you what, like even the journey up to Scotland, I didn't feel, even when I got out of it after completing 470 miles on the journey up, I didn't once feel tired. which is just to me. I think these optional
Exiting average speed check
these
zone.
optional half leather, half Alcantara seats definitely do help things. An armrest would be nice, but you know, we can't have everything, as I say. But yeah, I am planning to stop once more. It is about 6:30 now, so actually it's actually not a bad thing that because I didn't actually leave until about 12:30. So actually probably not a bad thing actually leaving it so late, because at least now, like if I came up here about 2 hours ago, there might be quite a fair bit of traffic, but at least now it's 6:30. It's getting fairly late-ish, so the traffic for the rest of the journey, I don't think, fingers crossed, touch wood, I don't think we're going to have any. Don't think we're going to have any problems as such. But yeah, I suppose I'll press on, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Good evening, everyone. Well, so you join us at Scotch Corner. We have 116 miles left to roll. We've covered 332 miles. As you can see on here, guys, we have covered 332 miles, and we have 116 miles to go. So we've still got about 20 odd miles to play with. Yeah, so we are at Scotch Corner now. On the plus side, it is now pretty much all motorway for the remainder of the journey. So fingers crossed. I don't think, obviously we do still have to get out of here, but I don't think anything is going to go wrong now, as in terms of traffic. Like, as I say, it's 10 to 8 at night now. We've just stopped here for some food, because, as I say, it's getting on a bit. I was getting a bit hungry. I think that's enough talking. Let's get back on the move again. Exactly 72 miles to go and 95 miles of range in the tank. We're past Wetherby now. We've got 3.6 miles left. That's up until the bit where the A1 splits off to, that's sort of like the start of the M1, but then you sort of split off to stay on the A1. So we're about 3.3 miles from there now. I have now just noticed that on the matrices, on the gantries, I have noticed that it's now just started announcing of certain road closures. I think it said the A1's shut. Luckily we turn off before we get to that. It's saying the M1's shut. It's saying another road's shut, I think. It looks like we're coming up to some roadworks. So far though, fingers crossed, I haven't seen any signs to say that the M18 or the M180 is shut. So fingers crossed them roads are unaffected. But I'm just sort of waiting now just to see sign of a road closure. Which, if that happens, which actually that's It's a similar sort of thing really as to when I did the Land's End to Lowestoft Race Against God challenge last year. Certain road closures, actually one of which actually cost us the race. So it just feels like it's another sort of one of them scenarios where they do like to put roadworks in place. And actually, having said that, we're now coming to a road closure. Looks like the A1's now becoming one lane. So yeah, I'm just going to hook behind this HGV and just, yeah, I'm just going to stick behind him, I think, because it looks like we're going to have to, unless of course the M1's shut at this point. That's probably what it is. But it doesn't matter because we're about to turn off now anyway. So yeah, okay. So yeah, we've still got about 20 miles of leeway. So it does seem to have settled down now. So things are still looking good, as long as we don't have a road closure. If we have a diversion, then we could be in trouble. Having said that, oh shit. Having said that, we are coming up to us.
Watch out, roadworks reported on the road.
You
ahead.
don't say, woman. Excuse my French, I'll bleep that. Having said that, yeah, I think this is the part of the road that's actually short, I think, by the looks of it. Oh, we are going to have to brake here, unfortunately. Try and use a bit of engine braking to, yes, roadworks are still there.
Blocked lane ahead.
Again, you don't say, woman. This is really, really, really not what we wanted. Really not what we wanted. But hey, who knows what could happen. Just praying to God that we don't have a road closure. If we got a road closure, then we could be in trouble. Okay, we have now exactly 40 miles remaining and we have 55 miles of range. Now, I will be totally honest, I have played about with the rules a little bit. I've just had a bit of a thought, because I do honestly believe, because I did actually, my destination originally was going to be a Shell garage just outside of Grimsby, but I have actually changed the destination in my sat-nav because I do honestly believe it's going to go beyond that. I do honestly think it is actually going to make it, well, I'm not going to go home to my house, but I do honestly think that it is actually going to make it. I'm going to try and I'm actually going to attempt to get to the parents' house, which is right across town. So we've only now got, so that does mean driving an extra 5 miles, which means that we now only have 15 miles of leeway. But of course, when we get into Grimsby, I do know that we are going to lose range. However, I do genuinely believe that it's going to go beyond the 450 miles. I genuinely do. I now do have faith in the car that it will actually do it, because it does seem now to have obviously settled down. Obviously the range was a little bit all over the place, but I've been averaging the same sort of speed throughout. Like as I say, I've been cruising at about 60 mile an hour for most of the journey really. I think there was only one bit where I did actually have to accelerate up to 65, 66 just to sort of get past a couple of, just to overtake safely. But other than that, we've just been sat at 60 mile an hour. Honestly, guys, I will be totally honest. I didn't think it was going to do it. I thought I was going to be, like, done 413 miles. I honestly thought it was going to be out of fuel around about now. But like to the fact that I've actually changed my destination, because I do actually think, like, I've actually been half tempted actually. I thought, do I actually just keep going until it is actually on 0 miles and then just pull over and then use the jerry cans to just put the remainder of what I've got with the jerry cans to then get home. But nah, I think after I get to the parents' house, I will go no further. But yeah, what can I say? What a car! What a car! Okay, we have 19 miles to go and exactly 35 miles of range. As you can probably just see, the low fuel warning light has just come on. It's come on as we are between Scunthorpe and Barnaby Top. Come on, we're nearly there. We are nearly there. Come on, car. Stick with me. Stick with me here.
In
we
1
are
mile, use the right
nearly there.
Continue straight onto M180 East.
Man, this is just mega tense now, because it is at the point where it is still quite nerve-wracking, even though I'm pretty confident we're going to do it now. But there's just still a little bit in the back of my mind. But I've got every confidence in it. You've only got to do an extra 18 miles, car. You can do it. You can do it. Well, if any of you guys are from the Grimsby or Cleethorpes area, there is absolutely, well, it's not going to take a genius to work out what road I'm currently on. Yeah, and for anyone else who is away from the area and isn't familiar with the A180, it's probably got to be the loudest road in the UK. The noise is just, the tyre roar is just absolutely unbelievable. Like, it's a concrete road, but it's got kind of little grooves in the concrete, so like, forget any sort of concrete road you've ever driven on. This is by far unbelievable. This is just horrendous. I drive on this road daily and I still never get used to it. It is just horrific. Anyway, finally, we've only got 2 miles to go and then we're finally off it. We are now just outside now. We've got 20 miles of range left. We've got 6.5 miles to go. And by the looks of it, it's going to do it. Like, who would have thought it? Whoa, where are you going, pal? I had to swerve. I'm doing 60 mile an hour. I had to swerve round him, so he must only be doing like 35 mile an hour, and then he just veered off into the right-hand lane. But anyway, not to worry. I believe we are coming up to some road work, so that's kind of not what we want right now. But right, I'm going to move over. I'm going to turn cruise off. The idea is I'm just going to try and just ease off and not have to brake. Yeah, I really don't think we can't really go around this roundabout at 50 mile an hour, but we can go around it at 30 though, can't we? Okay, nice and speedy. Is it clear? Just about. Oh, nearly got him. Nearly got him. But we didn't have to brake. Did not have to brake. See, who says fuel economy challenges can't be fun? Okay, lights are on red. Can they change before? Can they change before we get there? Come on, come on, change to green. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's it. As I said before, the aim is to carry enough speed through, but without having to brake. That shell garage that we just passed there, that was actually the original finishing point, but see if we can do the same on this roundabout. I don't think we're going to be able to. No, we are going to have to brake here. Unfortunately, as I say, really do not want to be using much throttle because, as I say, if that tank is as empty as I think it is, just one big gulp could choke the engine. Yeah, we're going to have to stop. Well, it was inevitable. I think we were going to have to stop at some point. Off we go again. Oh, really? Like what, 3 cars through? Max? People are already thinking, why have you got your light on, you stupid tit? Accelerating up to speed as gently as possible. Okay, we've got 1.7 miles to go. Stay on green, please stay on green, please stay on green, please stay on green. Thank you. So yeah, that's exactly 450 miles and counting. It's still going. Not put any fuel in whatsoever, and it's still going. Oh, red light now. Let's try not to do much braking. One mile to go. 1 mile to go. And amazing, across town, and we're still showing our range has not dropped. I think I slowed down a bit too much there. We're literally 2 streets away now, 2 streets away. Man, are they resurfacing this road again? I'm sure they only did this last year. Probably will soon be road resurfacing season, of course. Just causes stone chips and God knows what else damage to your car on the side. Here we go. This is Journey's End. Oh, and there we go. We literally just ticked down to 10 miles. And here we be. I've literally just got to pull onto the parents' driveway and we have made it. Oh, yeah, my brakes. I do need my brakes sorting. You probably just heard them squeaking then. The optional parking sensors on this car do come in very handy. Especially on my street. And here we be. How about that, guys? 451 miles to be exact. North Coast 500 to Grimsby, all in a day, with on 1 tank of fuel, with a little bit left spare as well. How about that? Honestly, guys, I am absolutely lost for words. What a car. What a car. And what a car indeed. And to think that this was all achieved in a single day just absolutely blows my mind. From a place of natural beauty being Scotland all the way back to the complete opposite, 450 miles on 1 tank of fuel in my Ibiza Cupra. Thank you guys so much if you are still watching this video. It really does mean a lot that you are still here, and simply I would not be doing this without you guys. Now the next challenge you see on the channel will be for me driving from Britain's most westerly point being Land's End, and basically I'll be attempting the race against God. Basically the aim of that challenge is to get to Britain's most easterly point being Lowestoft before the sun rises again. I attempted this last year with an awesome group of like-minded individuals. Most of us failed. Of course, we don't just give up easily on this channel, so I'm going to be going back down there and I'm going to try again exactly 1 year after filming that video. So yes, I seriously cannot wait for that. Hopefully this time we'll have a bit better luck. But anyway guys, I'll leave it off there. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up please guys, it will be muchly appreciated. Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and of course do not forget to hit the bell icon. Make sure you turn on all notifications so you do not miss out on a single thing to come. Thank you guys so much for being part of this absolutely epic adventure. Please make sure you look after yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you all very soon.